Zlatan Ibrahimovic is widely regarded as one of the greatest strikers in football history. He has had a more successful and longer career than most footballers. Throughout his controversial career, he's played for some of the biggest clubs in Europe, such as Ajax, Juventus, Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain, among others. But where did it all begin? And how good was Zlatan as a young player in Sweden? The journey started over 20 years ago, and despite being 41 years old, he's still actively playing and is currently a part of the Italian giants AC Milan. So, how much longer will Ibra continue to grace the football field? Only time will tell. This is the untold story of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the Swedish legend who has made football history several times over. Tough childhood. Zlatan was born in the Swedish city of Malmö on October 3, 1981. He grew up in the immigrant-populated neighborhood of Rosengård, but his parents did not live together during his upbringing. Before moving in with his father, he lived with his mother, who was originally from Croatia. In his autobiography, I Am Zlatan, he described his upbringing in Sweden. "We got hit with a wooden spoon. It was normal. She had 5 children and cleaned up every day and didn't have the world's best economy. It was tough for her, of course," he said about his upbringing with his mother. Zlatan eventually moved in with his Bosnian father, and he described big contrasts compared to the millions he earns today. One of the strongest stories from his childhood was when his father had to carry a bed home from IKEA because he couldn't afford delivery. Due to the bed purchase, the refrigerator was empty for several days. "I didn't think much of it because it was routine. I didn't expect anything the next day because I didn't know what it was like to have more. We made the best of the situation," he said. But as the years went by and Zlatan grew older, his football skills would prove to be crucial for his future. Huge talent. When Zlatan was 15 years old, he became a part of the youth team of the Swedish powerhouse club, Malmö, after playing for several smaller clubs in the area. On the youth teams, young Ibrahimovic impressed so much that in 1999, he signed a professional contract with the club's first team at the age of 17. Arsene Wenger, who was the manager of Arsenal at the time, was impressed by Ibrahimovic after watching him in a friendly match against the Norwegian team Moss FK. He tried to convince him to join Arsenal, but Zlatan declined. "Arsene Wenger asked me to have a trial with Arsenal when I was 17. I turned it down. Zlatan doesn't do auditions," he said. In his first full season with the Swedish club, Zlatan scored 12 goals in 26 appearances. It didn't take long for big clubs to see the potential in the tall Swede. Zlatan's performances at Malmö caught the attention of other European clubs, and in 2001 he signed with Dutch giants Ajax. It was here that Zlatan's career really took off, as he quickly established himself as one of the most exciting young talents in European football. "I wanted to stand up to the whole world and show everybody who doubted me who I really was," he wrote in his autobiography. The Beast. Ajax bought Ibrahimovic for around €8 million in the summer of 2001. During his 3 years at the Dutch powerhouse, the Swede scored 48 goals in 110 matches and won the league twice. After impressing at Ajax, even bigger clubs came knocking. In the summer of 2004, the big Swede was sold to Italian giants Juventus, where he spent 2 years before being sold to rivals Inter Milan for €25 million. It was at Inter where Zlatan really caught fire. 66 goals and 30 assists in 117 appearances were simply impressive. But his accomplishments were even better, with 3 consecutive league titles from 2006 to 2009, in addition to being the league's top scorer in the 08-09 season. It would also be his last season at Inter, as powerhouse Barcelona won the battle for the Swede's signature in the summer of 2009 for a price tag of €70 million. In Spain, he won the league once before moving on to a new club. After Barcelona, Zlatan moved to AC Milan, where he helped the club win their 18th Serie A title. He then moved on to PSG, where he won 4 consecutive League One titles and became the club's all-time leading goal scorer at the time, with 156 goals in 180 appearances. He's now placed as the 3rd, behind Edinson Cavani and Kylian Mbappe. After his PSG era, the Swede had a short spell at Manchester United and then American club LA Galaxy before returning to Milan in January 2020. Zlatan returned to AC Milan with the hope of turning around the club's streak of poor results. He managed to do so with the help of coach Stefano Pioli. In the 2021-22 season, Zlatan and Milan won the league title for the first time in many years. This season, The Swede has struggled with injuries, but last weekend he made history by scoring in the loss to Udinese, becoming the oldest player to ever score in Serie A at 41 years old. For most football players, their career ends in their 30s. This is not the case for Zlatan. In half a year, he will turn 42, and he's still playing for one of Italy's best football teams. The question is only, when will it end for Zlatan? What will the tall Swede do after his playing career is over? Time will tell, but he'll probably continue with something related to football, right? Thanks for watching this video, and make sure to follow and subscribe for future videos from Untold Football. Do you have any ideas for an untold or interesting story in the footballing world? Please leave a comment after the video. We are here for the Untold Football stories.